Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a process video for you today. I'm going to be working through day 3 of Follow Me from Bythewell4God. I am working in my little tag ring book here. So I have already pulled out the card that I want to use for today and the journaling card. I just really like the look of these together. These journaling cards are just so beautiful. So I'm just going to use this actually as my focal point for today. And I decided to go ahead and just kind of lightly distress using spun sugar around all of the elements that I'm going to be using on here. So I'm going around this journaling card. I'm going to go around the tag itself and all the flashcards as well. So I'm going to glue this down to create a little pocket. So I'm going to glue this journaling card kind of flush with the left side here, just to give me a little bit more space to tuck in some notes and things. There's a lot of scriptures, a lot of study in this devotional as always, and so I just always need more pockets and places for things. And I want to use this cherry blossom stencil that you can get that coordinated with the kit, and I just want to kind of have it peeking up over the corner of this area. So what I'm going to do, I'm sorry about the glare on here, I have a clear plastic packaging and I put some white underneath there so I could get a good like color match instead of doing it on my black table there. And I have some light and fluffy modeling paste. I scribbled a couple different colors of Neo Color 2s down on here, and I'm trying to get kind of, I'm not like trying to mix this into a solid color. I'm trying to keep it like, in the end it gets a little bit overmixed, and so I lose some of that, but I was trying to keep that kind of variegated look. So I will try that again on another card, but I'm just using this light and fluffy. This is the Crafters Workshop brand. And I just added a little, some extra of that lighter pink color. And I'm not mixing it really well. You could mix this to one solid color if you wanted to, absolutely. But I was trying to keep it where you could kind of see light and dark and white in it. But in the end, it didn't quite work out that way, but that's okay. So I'm just using the back of my craft knife here and adding in some areas. Again, just kind of coming just up over the edge of that journaling card. I got a little off the stenciled area there, and that's fine. I'm going to add some more stenciling over on that side as well. So I'm just pulling that up really carefully. And now just to make it easier, I'm going to turn it a little bit. And I want to have just a little bit coming off of this area. But since that is still wet back there, I kind of have to hold the stencil up a little bit just to make sure that I'm not, you know, smushing everything that I had already done there. So I'm just adding that last little bit right there on that corner. And that's going to do it for the card. But as you can see, I mixed too much there. So what I'm going to do is I have this bag. This is a glassine bag that came from the Bag of Bags from Bythewell4God. I'm not sure if they still have those in the shop, but it just was a bag that had an assortment of different kinds of bags in them. And so I'm going to just cover the entire face of this glassine bag, and I will use that later on another card down the road. So, or even in a journal somewhere or whatever. So you can never go wrong kind of making ephemera or whatever ahead of time. And then I just put it in my stash, and when I need it, I will have it. And that way I don't have to waste my my product. So anyway, this is what it looks like when it's dry. I went ahead off camera. This is the glassine envelope. Went ahead off camera and wrote out all my scriptures and everything, just so you didn't have to see me do that. And I used this paint chip card as one of the journaling cards, and I just tucked that into that pocket along with one of the flash cards. And then on the back side, I'm going to glue this flashcard down because this is the verse that I had written out on the back. And I had written out the reference, and then I didn't like that, so I thought I would just go ahead and use the flashcard to indicate that, and just getting it like really flush up to the edge on the right side there. And the paint chip card that I used, I just left it on the front. I just left it blank. And it just used the journaling card on the back. And then I felt like I needed something over here in the bottom left. I wanted to add some more cherry blossoms over here. So I went through all of the ephemera pieces, and I pulled out this one that I wanted, and I fussy cut that out. And then this is kind of where it goes south a little bit for a minute. So I end up cutting off this one bloom, and then because I thought I was going to put this in a certain way, and then I didn't like that empty space over in the bottom left-hand corner, and I thought, well, then I'll just move the cherry blossom down here to the bottom, and then I felt like it was empty over on the right side. And so, as weird as it is, I struggled with this for a few minutes, and finally I ended up with this placement. I just cut out most of the time where I was fiddling around with that, but I ended up just putting this down here at the bottom. Again, you can see me fiddling here. I was like, well, maybe I'll just put it back. This is actually where it was on the card originally, and then I ended up liking it over there on the right side, so I just glued it over there. And one of the things about this particular ephemera piece that I wanted was the green leaves down at the bottom, and then I ended up trimming most of them off. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. I don't know. And then I needed to make sure this was really glued down well, so I just had to come back through here with some more adhesive, just because this is a tag ring. It's going to be exposed. I want to make sure everything is glued down really well. And so I want to finish up the front side. I want to indicate that this is day 3. So I used the number stickers that were in the kit. And I also need to deal with this hole. I want to add a little reinforcer, but some of the modeling paste went through there. So I'm just taking an X-Acto knife and kind of, you know, cleaning it out of that hole. That way I can add a reinforcer. Now the tag bob kit did come with like tag reinforcers, but I happen to have a punch that does this as well. And so this is a We Are Memory Keepers hole reinforcer punch. And so I'm just using some scrap paper here, and it's of the paper that coordinates with the kit. And so I just cut out a little circle from that, and I'm going to glue this over on the back side. Obviously on the front side I have that modeling paste, so there's not going to be one of those on the front side. But and then in looking at this, I have forgotten I had wanted to add some lace as well. So now I'm going to pull up this sticker. I'm just using the edge of an X-Acto knife to help me pull that up. And I have this lace that I want to add. And I thought about just leaving it white, but I wanted to bring some more of the pink down near the bottom of this card. And so I decided to use my Neo color to dye this lace. Now, you could certainly use Distress Oxide ink, and probably that would have, maybe have been easier, but I was trying to match the color that I had already used on this card. And so I just went in with the Neo color and did the same process. I added some water, and then I just kind of ran the little piece of lace through there, and it actually worked out really well. And I was able to get, you know, the same color tones basically as that I used up in the modeling paste. So I just ran that through and just kind of added a little bit more water as I needed to, and then I off camera dried that with my heat tool. And now I'm going to come in with some liquid adhesive. I'm actually using Helmar 450 Quick Dry. You could use Fabri-Tac. You could use, you know, even the Barely Arts Precision Glue. I just wanted a really strong adhesive for this. I just ran a bead of that along and then pressed my little lace down into that. And I'm leaving the edges kind of frayed and a little bit hanging over. I really like that look. I'm just kind of making sure everything is pretty even from the back side as well. And now I will replace this sticker that indicates that this is day 3. And then I didn't want to go around it with black because I just felt like that would have been too dark. So I had this really light gray Tombow, and I just went around it with that to add a little bit of shadow so that you could see it just a little bit better. And that pretty much does it for this card. So if you like this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.